Come on out. Don't be afraid. You can do it. It's okay. Come on. Come on. York. You can hear me.
Right, so now we're Zack talking to York. God damn, they're doing this again. No matter what direction I hold the controller, I would just move forward.
I can't wait.
I can't run either. But an old man. Past 14 years have really taken a lot out of me.
We'll get to discuss movies, food again. Everyone around here has bad taste. They don't understand things the way we do.
Yada, yada, yada.
It's a shitty world filled with shitty people. Oh, that reminds me.
God damn it, Zack.
There are movie theaters and restaurants over there, right?
In the afterlife?
Let's go grab some peanut butter hamburgers and yogurt smoothies. I'm so excited, York.
No, what about the Sinner Sandwich? Eat more Sinner Sandwiches. Or get Thomas to make some biscuits for you, jeez.
Please.
Is that Emily? Fucking A!
You just need to wait a bit longer. I still have one job left to do. I need to finish it. I have to.
It's fucking stupid.
I'd never be able to face you. Just give me a little more time, okay?
Weren't we in the middle of an interview with the actual FBI agents now? 2019. Thomasville, a suburb of Boston, Massachusetts. Oh, sorry, I'm awake.
So, Lisa's mother, Galena Clarkson, confessed to murdering Lise.
That's one word for it.
But then immediately afterwards, she went insane. So you had no choice but to detain her.
Yep, and there's no other witnesses to collaborate.
What a terribly convenient story.
Shush.
You were the first person to find the suspect hiding at a farm on the edge of town.
Hey man, a skeletal figure in a mirror told me where to go.
And you even got her to confess to the crime, right then and there.
Yeah, dude. FBI Special Agents Francis Zack Morgan. Thank you very much.
Did anyone else get a chance to hear Galena's confession?
My imaginary friend's brother did?
Only us.
How did you even find that shack in the first place?
So there was a skeleton man.
Metaphysical offender profiling.
And then there are these red shadows, and then my arm became a plant thing and started shooting energy beams. It was pretty badass.
Meta what?
Magic!
Should I know this word?
Yes, actually.
Metaphysical offender profiling.
A bullshit thing Zack made up to explain away all the magic bullshit.
The term appears 6 times in the Lucare report and 14 times in the 2010 Greenvale report.
Oh, Greenvale was 2010. I thought it was 2007. Okay. Jesus Christ, York! Or Zack. Whoever wrote them.
As long as you're solving cases, the people in charge don't really care what sort of words you use. But we're different.
Yeah, we're the FBI.
You utilized a highly abnormal method to instantly hone in on a suspect.
Magic,
Then
some
you
might
did
say.
it again and again.
So now, the first time we could write off to coincidence. But the fact you're able to do it reliably, it's actually pretty cool.
And every time you used it, one term kept appearing in your files. Metaphysical offender profiling.
Magic bullshit.
Mr. Morgan,
Please, call me Zack.
would you mind explaining to us what this term means?
We could try.
See, now, have you ever read a book called Harry Potter?
But no matter what words we used, You'd never be able to understand. You see, it doesn't pertain to this side. Come, my fairy. Stop hiding back there and give them the explanation they so desire.
I really wish that something like magic happens right now.
What?
Like, come on, just knock something over.
You're too shy?
God damn it. Convenience.
Mr. Morgan?
Stay with us, come on.
Mr. Morgan!
Come on, over here.
Come on out. Don't be afraid. You can do it. It's okay. Come on. Come on.
Oh, whatever. I was going to say, why don't that subtitle that, but okay.
Is that all you have to say? Don't underestimate me, Morgan. I know you and the Clarksons share a deeper connection.
We do?
Much deeper than how it appears on the surface.
Okay.
I need to shake him with something else that's directly connected to the Clarksons.
We found Danny's arm!
I'm gonna jog his memory by force.
It's been a while. Old messy
Stack
letters.
of old letters. These must be the letters that he mentioned in the report.
It does say Thompsonville on it.
That dragonfly mark proves it.
That too. The calf.
Those letters look very old.
Yeah.
The postmark suggests they were sent out from Louisiana.
As does the address.
And I suspect that dragonfly mark belongs to the Clarkson family.
Very good. Who'd have thought that the dragonfly mark directly under the thing that says "Look here" has to do with the Clarksons? You're a genius.
Maybe.
Maybe.
So what if it does?
A stalker has been harassing Patricia Clarkson for several years now.
Aw, don't stalk Patricia.
Did you know about this? Constant silent phone calls, unmarked letters. She also spotted a suspicious figure lurking near her mansion several times.
Why does she have a mansion? She's doing good for herself.
And just last week, her employees spotted a strange figure lurking in the vicinity. The day someone else coincidentally used your alias and traveled to Louisiana.
That is a coincidence.
That's very intriguing. Aligned symbolism.
Okay.
Lise Clarkson also reported being harassed by a stalker just before she was murdered.
Yeah, the 10-foot-tall giants.
You're aware of this, correct? Because I didn't find any mention of this in your report.
Really?
No direct connection to the case.
Oh, spoiler.
That's what we must have thought.
The visionary lies to himself, the liar only to others.
Okay.
Which are you?
That's enough for now.
Gotta take a piss.
This all has nothing
Been like
to do
58
with
hours.
the case. Besides, there's no evidence that proves those letters are from her. Isn't that right, my fairy?
I mean, we can check.
Someone stole Lisa's body and it's been missing for the past 14 years.
Okay.
I find it hard to believe that it was simply hidden in that cold storage warehouse the entire time. There
Fair.
wasn't a more detailed investigation carried out.
Because Francis Zach Morgan.
Reading over it again, I can't help but notice how well organized this report is.
Yeah, that's very suspicious.
One might even call it perfect.
Okay. I sort of want to read the report just to see what the hell he wrote.
Except some parts have been redacted in an extremely suspicious way.
Probably everything where he talked about the magic bullshit, or the 30-foot tall giant fat evil, or that time that the person ate like 50 red seeds.
Why are all these places blotted out?
Or the time he stuck Quint for, 3 weeks to get a wrench. Good times.
Someone stole Lisa.
Oopsie.
Mr. Morgan.
So,
According to you, at the beginning of this case, the victim's body was being stored in the warehouse on purpose.
yes, and?
Is that the truth? They really put her body there alongside food and other perishables?
Yes, and?
It's in the report.
No. The report only says it was stored using the most effective and shockingly inhuman method possible.
If you can think of a better phrase, we're all ears.
The report isn't wrong, you know.
Well, that is
In fact,
true.
that might actually be the most accurate way of describing it.
It was efficient, also really inhumane.
It's precise, and it's also kinda poetic, you know?
Okay, so this entire time, I've been trying to figure out what this rumbling sound has been, because I thought it was coming from outside the game, but I think that's supposed to be thunder in the game. I'm like, what's happening? What's bumping my mic that's causing this sound? Like, no, that's just the game. Okay.
Wow, Simon. We never would have taken you for a poet.
I didn't even know it.
Right?
That wasn't a compliment.
You two think this is a joke?
Calm down.
Lise Clarkson's body was discovered in that cold storage warehouse.
Yeah.
After 14 long years.
Magic!
If you'd only done a proper investigation, we probably would have found her much sooner.
Dude, you don't even know.
That poor girl.
She's been dead.
We still regret the fact that we never got to meet her. We're sorry, from the bottoms of our hearts.
Like we got to meet all those other victims.
I only hope it didn't happen that way by design.
Will you comfort me?
That's highly inappropriate, Seth.
Thank you, my fairy.
Also, Simon, your arm is clipping through your leg right now. You okay? Okay.
I knew it wouldn't go that easily. Maybe I should try asking my questions in a different way. I could use Agent Jones here.
So, my bets right now is that Simon is the one who used the alias to go to Louisiana. Since Simon is Zach's alibi, but no one has an alibi for him, and he would know the best about all of Zach's weird idiosyncrasies.
That's the window that faces the street out front. I can tell just from the layout of his furniture. Now I'm surrounded by everything I couldn't see out there.
What's wrong, Simon?
Agent Jones is completely checked out.
Like, I'm tired of this bullshit.
Despite the fact that we're heading deeper and deeper down the rabbit hole here.
Oi,
Agent Jones,
pay attention. Come on.
are you paying attention?
Yeah, totally.
Or do you
So-
intend to waste Mr. Morgan's precious time?
No. Sorry.
No, you're not paying attention?
I'm just a little tired.
So am I, but I'm still recording.
I'm listening.
Take your hand out of your pocket.
Stop jerking off.
Didn't they teach you any manners at Quantico?
Oh, right. Guess they slipped my mind. My bad.
You're getting more and more suspicious.
I'm actually kinda nervous. I'm not used to this sort of thing. Data analysis is my specialty, you know.
So analyze some of this data.
I'm sure I'd be able to calm down a bit if I had some pizza, though.
Shameless laugh. That's good. That's good. That's good. Even Zek's like, fuck. Simon,
The FBI needs to do something about their lack of personnel. I'll have to ask the questions myself.
Simon, I want to do like a good cop, bad cop thing. And I'm trying to be the bad cop, but you're being the incompetent cop. That's not how this works.
But how should I start? Maybe I should look back over the files and calmly reassess the situation.
Maybe we should get some pizza.
So far, everything checks out with the report. But there were always some parts of the report that didn't make sense. He expects me to believe he just happened to solve a case this difficult while he was on vacation?
He's Francis Zach Morgan. Special agent, FBI special agent.
And metaphysical offender profiling? I won't let him distract me with his fancy made-up words.
With his fancy citable made-up words.
After you arrested Galena Clarkson, you had a run-in with the Clarksons.
Spoiler, hasn't happened yet.
At least that's what it says in the report. What exactly happened there?
So there's this guy that's missing an arm for some reason.
Just a simple run-in, that's all. Nothing but a single phenomenon.
Phenomenon.
Chasing hollow instances like that won't lead you closer to the truth.
Okay, what?
Truth doesn't work like that.
A hollow phenomenon, which resulted in a mountain of corpses.
What?
Oh, Belle. We think we finally understand what you're trying to say.
Oh, you're accusing me of something. I got it now.
Don't be so voracious. How about another cup of coffee?
I do love me coffee.
You've still got a long way to go, you know.
Yeah, that first story took 58 hours.
Yes. It's coarsely ground, so there should only be 4 teaspoons per cup.
Okay.
No more, no less. Next, the coffee travels from the funnel to the siphon.
Who talks? God damn it, York is so weird. Those are small windows.
Simon.
Nothing's plugged into that outlet.
Normally, you only do surveillance in order to gather data, correct?
Yeah, okay.
Hiding microphones and cameras, sifting through garbage, wiretapping, shadowing, tracing credit card histories.
A lot of things that are highly illegal without a warrant.
Do whatever it takes to gather data in order to prevent crimes. That's how the FBI works.
Okay.
Well, yeah, you're right.
Okay, you caught me.
No reason in hiding it now, I guess.
Also, Zach's an FBI agent, or ex at least, so he would know.
Why do you ask?
Our Southern Belle has adopted a very peculiar M.O.
Is this internal now? Music stopped.
It's almost like she has a special power, just like us.
Well, she does have that focus power.
You've been watching us this entire time, haven't you, Belle?
What's happening?
From that window.
Yes.
I don't need to answer that question.
You came here on New Year's Eve, then spent 49 hours watching us until you returned to your hotel room last night.
So how much of that was external dialogue versus internal?
You observed us the entire time without sleep or rest.
She can focus.
And you only ate once. Some pizza delivered by Simon.
How the hell do you know that?
Aside from that, you never drank any water or relieved yourself. You simply sat there and continued to watch us.
That is impressive.
You have visions, too, don't you? You came here solely to hear us talk, didn't you?
Maybe.
But then, why bother watching us for over 2 days beforehand?
Because she's an FBI agent and she's profiling you.
You didn't come to talk with us. You came because you wanted to see this apartment with your own eyes. And because you're already convinced of something.
That I'm a crazy person!
Isn't that right? He who fights with monsters should see to it that he himself does not become a monster. And if you gaze long into an abyss, the abyss also gazes into you.
Yeah. I really like that line. Like, I forget what it's from, but I've always liked that line.
But I...
Oh,
Coffee. Coffee.
Thank you, my fairy. If you hadn't been paying attention, this coffee would have all gone to waste.
Also, seriously, Zach, you've aged like 50 years in 9 years. That sucks, man.
The pus in our brains. It really has a way of interfering with our lives. I can remember this came along. No, what's... Coffee. Yes, coffee.
Coffee. Yes, coffee.
Oh. What the Christ? This is friggin' delicious.
Dude, say what the fuck like a normal human.
I thought I was gonna shit myself for a second there.
What?
Come on, Aaliyah, take a sip.
I've never had the reaction to eating or drinking something so good. Like, oh man, this tastes delicious. I was going to shit my pants. Like, what?
Trust me. I'm not exaggerating here.
I don't believe it. It's better than any coffee I've ever tasted.
It's like
Of course
magic.
it is. Coffee is a sacred drink. Coffee saved us.
We splashed it in the face of a, serial killer one time.
If not for its oracle, we would be on the other side right now.
God damn.
So I never forget to pay my respects to coffee. Especially at critical moments like this.
I'll stick to my caffeine choice, which is nondescript soda, because, I'm not getting sponsored, so I can't bring it up.
Big black cumulonimbus clouds are in the sky.
Just say rain
That
clouds.
sound. Thunder snow is coming.
Thunder snow. Okay, so let's look at this.
Ominous. It's almost like a manifestation of the atmosphere in this room right now.
Ooh, spooky. Can I do this? I can, but it doesn't actually do anything.
Does Agent Jones need pizza in order to calm down? Why does he hate being out in the field so much? He knows we need to be on our absolute guard against this guy. Why can't he just pull it together?
Dude, you okay? Hands,
Come
pockets.
on, don't glare at me like that, Aaliyah. I told you I'm out of my element here, remember?
This isn't the time or the place.
Come on, put your big boy pants on.
Well, yeah, I know. I'm just really nervous. I mean, Morgan's a legend. And now he's right in front of us, and things are all tense. I'm sure it'd give any normal agent a stomachache.
Well, you're not normal. We've covered this.
Incidentally, Simon, why did you decide to stop working out in the field?
Don't ask. It's a long story.
I have time.
I don't mind. We have lots of time, don't we? I could even make you another cup of coffee, if you like.
Fine then. I'll try to make it brief.
Okay, go for it.
See, I used to work out in the field. Even had my own partner.
Okay. That first line seems redundant because it's a story about you working in the field. So yes, we know you worked on the field. That's not how you keep things brief.
But we had a little rivalry that sort of ruined our relationship.
I get it. You both like the same girl.
It was over a woman, of course.
Called it.
You know how it goes. We fell in love with the same girl. At the same workplace, too.
Is she in the room with us?
Then one day, the three of us went to go do a stakeout at a restaurant over in East Boston.
And those two hooked up, had sex, and I just had to watch. It was really
I pretended
weird.
to be a customer while my partner waited in the car, and she waited in the building across the way. Well, it only took a few minutes for my partner and I to lose our heads. We started engaging in this dumb contest to see who could impress her more.
Ugh, men.
Things were looking bad. I knew I was gonna lose.
So I shot him in the face.
Then, something happened. Right in front of me, a customer starts choking on something. Face was pale, froth at the mouth, the whole 9 yards. I got up at once, but my partner stopped me. Didn't want us to blow our cover.
Weren't you a customer and they were in the car?
So what did I do? I ignored him. Helped the guy anyway. I couldn't stand by and watch that. I couldn't help myself. Next thing I knew, I was a hero. The guy survived, the restaurant thanked me, and I'd even managed to win the heart of you-know-who. It felt
I don't know,
pretty
you haven't
good,
told
you know,
us.
one-upping my partner right in front of his very eyes. But that was the beginning of the end.
Bum, bum, bum.
A few days later, she and I went to go get some bubble tea at a cafe in Brooklyn.
Ugh, fucking hipsters.
And a man comes up to me and said,
I'm here to thank you on behalf of the person you saved in that restaurant.
Okay.
Feeling a bit cocky, I said, all in a day's work, my good man, and tried to brush him away. But he held out an envelope to me and said,
My client broke 3 ribs thanks to the unnecessary Heimlich maneuver you administered to him.
What?
He wants you to ensure that he'll be able to get the proper treatment.
I thought I'd saved someone. But all I ended up doing is wasting a lot of my precious time wrapped up in an astronomically stupid court case.
Yeah, it sounds about right.
It also blew our cover, so our target found out about us. In the end, I was taken out of the field and banished to a meaningless job that anyone with half a brain could do.
Stalking you. No offense.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean it like that. Anyway, well, that's what happened. Of course, I also lost the love of my life and went back to being a lonesome loser. And that's why I hate being out in the field. Oh, come on. I tell you all that and you're not even going to say anything?
Well, what can we say, Simon?
That was long, Simon.
Hey, I warned you. I told you it'd be long. Oh.
You also said you'd try to keep it short.
If he actually had a hand in this, it would explain why Lisa's body was left frozen for all that time. The body wasn't stolen. It wasn't that he couldn't find it. He just left it there.
No, the 10-foot-tall man took it.
It's definitely a possibility. Why would an agent as skilled as you close the Lise Clarkson case without locating her body?
Good question. Maybe we
That's
just
why she asked.
weren't as skilled as you think back then. Isn't that right, my fairy?
You reported the body as being stolen. Was that truly the case?
Yeah, by a 10-foot-tall man.
Meaning?
Meaning there's a possibility that the body wasn't stolen, but purposefully moved instead.
Isn't that what stealing something is? Purposefully moving it somewhere? Just without permission? Just
Maybe
whatever.
someone ordered someone else to get rid of the body. Or even store it in a specific place.
So you're saying that someone stole it?
But who? And for what purpose?
In order to use the body for something else.
What?
You never considered that?
Ooh.
Perhaps there's some connection between the frozen body and the fact that Sang Rouge is still being produced.
Still? I thought we settled that in Greenville.
Hey, Aaliyah, how about explaining yourself clearly so that even I can follow along?
Someone extracted the ingredients to Sang Rouge from Lise Clarkson's body.
Right, the red seeds, I guess?
What you're trying to say, isn't it, Belle?
So that they could go on producing the inimitable drug without Professor R.
Oh, okay, thanks for the spoiler. Professor R is making drugs now.
What?
Drug addiction destroys people, physically and mentally. It makes them capable of doing anything just so they can get their hands on a fix.
That's what addiction does, yes.
Abusing a corpse? That's nothing to an addict.
Well, I mean, it's something. It depends how addicted they are.
And with your dependency, I suspect you might know just what that's like.
Maybe we do.
It's marijuana, man.
If you threaten to take this away from us, I might have to kill you both right here. And steal all your $100 bills.
What?
Oh, spine-tingling, scary stuff, isn't it, my fairy?
What?
You sure got a twisted sense of humor there, Morgan.
Okay. Simon,
Agent
can you do
Jones.
something?
I'm sorry for not responding to your story. It was just so bizarre. I wasn't sure what to say.
It was a very weird thing.
Sorry that the greatest trauma of my life ended up being too bizarre for you.
I mean, to be fair, that's very common.
Well, what do you expect? All you ever talk about is pizza or hitting on women. Honestly, it offended me. I felt like I was listening to a teenage boy tell some misogynistic conquest story.
Ouch.
Whoa, Aaliyah, hold on a minute here. Despite how I may seem to you, I am actually pretty popular with the ladies.
Case in point!
And you know that coworker of mine? She's the one who came on to me.
Mm-hmm.
Besides, I only told that story because a certain someone asked me to. It's what happens when you're a popular guy.
Simon.
Is this all some big joke to you? I'm really losing my patience here.
You simply have yet to awaken to my masculine charm.
That's sexual harassment.
Maybe you should try getting some more experience under your belt.
That is extreme sexual harassment.
Agent Jones, are you trying to get me to sue you for sexual harassment?
Put you in another fucking court battle.
He's digging his own grave. Isn't he, my fairy?
Aw, come on, Morgan, not you too. I'm sure a guy like you can tell why women might find me attractive.
No.
What's that supposed to mean?
I just mean, you know, imagine it for a minute.
Are you calling me on to Zach right now, Simon?
A woman who you wouldn't necessarily call beautiful, yet still possesses some unique charm.
What are you trying to say about me?
You see women every now and then who you wouldn't mind spending a night or two with, right?
Simon, stop talking. You're so creepy.
I'm like the male version of that. Come on, you know what I mean.
I'm just... Oh, God. Ugh. I've never wanted to punch a video game character as much, right?
Some
do
women
right now.
just prefer a man who's a little below the norm. And they're usually with a different guy each time you see them. From straight-laced businessmen to gold chains and fake tans.
Simon, stop talking, please.
They prefer buffet style, you know? Anyway, my point is, we've all got this special kind of sex appeal.
Stop talking.
I couldn't even keep track
Thank
of all
you.
the sexist remarks you made just now.
Seriously.
Hey, just cool it for a sec, would ya? We're having a guy conversation here.
I think even Zach wants to punch you.
This is all just strategy I'm using to try and loosen.
He can hear you.
Trust me.
We can all hear you. Okay.
Do you hear that thunder? It's probably gonna snow soon.
Okay.
We're in Massachusetts. That's the norm for this time of year.
Is thunder snow common in Massachusetts?
Well, I'm not used to the cold. If possible, I'd like to finish this up before we get stuck in a snowstorm. Agent Jones, after we're done here,
God damn, take your hands off your damn pockets!
Agent Jones, is something the matter? Snap out of it.
Come on, your boy.
Sorry. Yeah, I know.
Do you? Then stop daydreaming.
Okay. I just...
Really gotta take a shit.
You just what?
My stomach's been letting some thunder loose, too.
Probably the coffee.
Thunder?
That coffee was just so good, it,
It what? We don't have all day here.
The coffee was just so good, it, summoned forth a massive tsunami from within me.
Simon, you're an adult. Just say, I have to use the bathroom.
Excuse me? What is wrong with you? Now is really not the time for this.
Right door at the end of the hallway.
Thanks, pal. Hold on. You can make it. We can do this. It's not very far.
You might want to get checked for IBS too.
We promise you, we did not put laxatives in the coffee.
I was actually considering that.
Coffee is a sacred drink, remember?
Fair enough.
Motherfucker. There's no doubt that the report omitted information linking Morgan to the Clarksons.
Okay.
I need to get him to confess. Oh yeah. That reminds me. There's a secret weapon in Agent Jones's briefcase.
Is it a red seed?
Agent Jones probably... Actually... No.
Let's grab it.
Have you ever seen this before?
It looks red, so that's bad.
And please, don't say no.
Well, I don't know what to tell you then.
Sang Rouge. The drug we once chased. What about it?
Sang Rouge is still circulating.
Okay.
It's changed shape and its composition is slightly different now. But it's still very much alive.
Wouldn't that make it a different drug?
But only in a very limited part of Louisiana.
Hey.
You aren't surprised? Did you somehow know this would happen?
Of course. Magic. The skeletal man in the TV told me.
Copies of another drug being circulated isn't exactly a rare case.
Very true.
But Sang Rouge is special.
Okay.
The inimitable Enigma powder. The origin.
Makes people turn into giant, fat, evil monsters.
It has many names, and no one was ever able to copy it. We've also been trying to figure out what it's made from ever since it appeared.
Didn't you read the Greenville thing?
But it's impossible to analyze.
It's made from trees that grow out of people's
stomachs. It appears
stomachs.
to be made from common ingredients that can be found anywhere. But if you try to use those ingredients, all you'll end up with is a mundane hallucinogen like DMT. If you're lucky. No. Sang Rouge requires a special recipe.
Okay. Yeah, it needs to be incubated in a human
The
body.
original recipe, which someone's been guarding this entire time. Someone who survived the incident in Le Carré.
Survived? That implies there's going to be a lot of dead bodies. I thought that pile of corpses was referring to the number of guards that are going to be sent after me.
Mr. Morgan, I heard that you were always a smoker.
Yeah.
Did you ever wonder if that was the reason you contracted your illness?
I mean, I just assumed.
What does that have to do with this case?
Nothing.
Conversation.
I'm just personally curious about it.
Sometimes, people die in car accidents, regardless of how well they take care of their health. Other times, they slip on their bathroom floors and crack open their heads. Isn't that right, my fairy?
Okay.
I'm not concerned with statistics. I'm just curious about you, right here, right now.
We switched over from nicotine to this. It's less addictive. That's one step in the right direction, isn't it?
I mean, the question was whether or not the cigarettes gave you cancer.
Perhaps. If we're talking about withdrawal symptoms or physical dependencies. But it still seems like you're smoking too much at once. Honestly, it looks to me like you have a mental dependency.
A mental dependency.
Maybe. But so what if we do?
Surely you know about gateway drugs, yes? When a person starts to use one drug, it becomes much easier for them to branch out and try other drugs as well.
Yeah, I went through DARE.
The first drug acts as the gateway that leads them to stronger substances.
Oh. Are you trying to say that's going to happen to us?
No. I'm simply saying there's a possibility.
There's a statistical possibility. Old messy letters.
Immediately after they found Lisa's body, I went to go see Patricia.
Ah, how is she?
In order to interrogate her, of course.
Why?
So you told us.
But I was unable to meet with her.
Why?
She refused to speak with you, didn't she? That's so like her.
Eh.
No, she didn't get the chance to.
I don't like where that's going.
You see, she's gone missing.
Oh, fuck.
What?
Even sex like, wait, what?
To put it more accurately, no one's seen her since the afternoon of the 28th. According to her employees, she shut herself up in her room for several months before she disappeared.
Oh.
But since that sort of thing happened often, they didn't
They
think
happen
anything
often?
of it. On the morning of New Year's Eve, they noticed her window was open, and when they went up to check on her, she was gone.
It was common for her to shut herself in her room for several months with no one seeing her?
But no one knows how long her window had been open for. This is just my hypothesis, but on December 28th, a strange man visited Le Carré and was spotted near her mansion.
Okay.
That man must have found some way to lure Patricia into his car, the '89 Cadillac that he bought used. Then, the two of them drove north to Trenton, where they boarded a train to Boston.
A lot of suppositions, but okay.
They would have arrived here around midnight on the 29th, or perhaps early morning on the 30th. I believe this man is the same Billy Bishop whose name was previously recorded by the airline. So, what do you think of my guess?
Seems reasonable?
I'd love to hear your opinion as a former FBI special agent.
Oh god, I thought the game
We
froze.
get it. We aren't persons of interest. We're the suspects. But what about our alibi?
What alibi? I've had enough of your bullshit. You expect me to believe you haven't taken a single step out of this room?
There's a
That
camera.
Agent Jones is your witness? Surveillance cameras can easily be tampered with,
Then what's the point of them?
especially by someone like you, who knows all about how the FBI works.
Then why would you bother setting up the camera?
You're possessed by death. Go and take a look at your own face in the mirror. You look like the Grim Reaper. After you visited both Le Carré and Greenvale, you left a mountain of corpses in your wake.
Was
You
Greenvale a
can make
mountain?
all the excuses you want. I'm immune to them. Right here, right now, I want to know everything. You tell me the truth.
Yes! You're good, Bill. Damn good.
Oh boy,
brimming with potential.
bad reaper hits.
Don't you think she's the perfect partner for our last dance? What do you say, my fairy? Don't you agree? She's good. So good. What do you want to know? We've got nothing to hide. Go on. Question us. This is how it's got to be. Doesn't this remind you of something? You know what I mean, my fairy.
Zach, calm down. Calm down. Calm down. Okay. And immediately kill the tension with the loading screen. Okay. Probably my biggest complaint in the game right now is these loading screens. That one wasn't that bad. Sometimes they're very long. 2005. 2005. Leclerc, Louisiana. Lecare. Lecare, Sheriff Office.
Son of a...
God damn it, Melvin!
How did this happen in my town?
Because you're incompetent!
God damn it!
The head and limbs were severed and lined up, according to the lines that were drawn with her blood. Just like migratory birds flying systematically across the sky.
It's now the time, York!
Hey, Zach, what do you think this means?
They're severed roots.
Which, Patty?
Severed roots?
Maybe
This
shouldn't
is
be
the
in
way
here.
the Clarksons kill someone when they want to cut him off from the family.
Why do you know that?
And how do you know about this?
Everyone in town knows about it. They're just too scared to talk.
What
Okay.
does the V stand for, then?
Hey, I like the V.
Beats me. What, you think I know everything now?
Yes!
Vilitatio.
Okay.
It means quarrel in Latin. That's what the V stands for.
Wow, Melvin, that's surprisingly useful.
Latin. Intriguing, isn't it, Zach?
Nah, lots of people like to use Latin.
There are no defense wounds on the corpse. In other words, Galena showed no signs of resistance when she was amputated. But, strangely enough, there are small traces of subcutaneous bleeding around the wounded areas.
Okay.
That's a vital reaction, which means she
Right.
couldn't have been dead.
I was about to say that.
You
Yes,
mean-
totally.
Yes, that's right, Patty. Galena was amputated while she was still alive.
I mean, she could have been drugged.
She
to
never
be fair.
resisted.
Is that even possible?
If she was drugged,
It certainly isn't impossible.
because it
For
happened.
example, if she was put to sleep
Thank
with a
you.
drug, or if she desired the amputation herself.
Why would she ever desire that?
Mr. York, I'm sorry, but there ain't no way that could have happened.
How so?
How can you be sure of that, Melvin?
Were you here?
Our world contains phenomena that could never be explained with logic.
You should see the amount of fart
This is
monsters I
especially
fought.
true for phenomena in which humans are involved. Do you really think all the facets of love and hate can be explained with logic?
Yes, actually.
Well, no, I don't
It's
reckon
chemical
I do.
reaction in the brain.
Yeah, might be too early to rule out those possibilities, just like you say.
Zach, now we truly know just how deeply the Clarksons are involved with this. Patty, how long does it take to reach the Clarkson estate?
Just a short drive.
I mean,
You
if
just
you,
gotta head west along the Mississippi.
you take the Wyvern, you'd
You
be there
can't miss it.
instantaneously. It's called
Got it.
fast travel, York.
Thank you, Patty. By the way, Melvin,
So,
no matter how accelerated Patty may be, don't you think she's still a bit too young to see something like this? For the record, I have no intent to instruct others on how to raise their children, but
Holy moly, you're right! Patricia, CLG!
what you doing in here,
Come on,
girl?
sweetie. Kids shouldn't have to see stuff like this.
Daddy, it's too late now.
I sort of already here and saw it and had this conversation. God damn it, Melvin. Galena was murdered in a holding cell. The Clarksons must be deeply involved. Okay, can I save? I sort of want to save. Please let me save. Let me save the game. Really? Why was that? Okay. You know, I'm willing to investigate. I just want to save first. Of course. How would it let me save the game? First, I gotta receive an oracle. Hey, man!
You found the flying serpent.
This guy looks like someone from
The
Civilization.
flying serpent will come to find you.
Yeah, that sounds right. And it looks like this flying serpent is a venomous one.
Yeah, who would think that dragonflies were venomous?
Some become feasts, while others are eaten alive. Which fate would you prefer?
Both sound marvelous, but let me check with Zach.
Who the hell is that?
A fine answer. Find the one who fired the pistol at heaven.
Okay.
Within the white hall of beds, brandish the ticket to the goddess.
So that one's the church.
And once again, you will see the other world.
Brandish the gun towards the heaven.
Do you comprehend the oracle?
Vaguely.
Zach, it looks like he's hell-bent on leading us back into that other world.
Who the hell are you talking to, man?
Follow the oracle.
Oh, I will, Hoongan. There are only two types of things in our world. Things that should be resisted, and things that should be accepted. And I believe this oracle is something to accept.
Okay. Okay, Yorkman. I'll talk to you later.
Do you think we're crazy for believing everything that skeletal gentleman says?
Yes!
No, we're not crazy. Not one bit. This is our destiny, that's all. But I shouldn't need to explain that to you, Zach.
Uh-huh. Oracle decryption starts.
The one who fired the pistol at heaven. Firing pistols at the sky might be a rather common occurrence for the South. Remember? Young Guns, 1988, directed by Christopher Kane. There's that great scene where Emilio Estevez keeps firing his Colt M1877 up at the sky.
Okay.
Well, that film took place in New Mexico, didn't it? And the Oracle probably isn't referring to a situation like that. It's got to be for some purpose other than an attack or a threat. Raising a pistol up to the sky, then slowly pulling the trigger, kind of sounds like the start to a race. Don't you agree, Zach?
Maybe, but none of these are racetracks. I don't know where you're going with this one. Oh, sure. Now you'll give me less.
Unfortunately, Zach, we need to find someone who... The one who fired the pistol at heaven. Firing pistols at the sky might be a rather common occurrence for the South. Remember? Young Guns, 1988, directed by Christopher Kane. There's that great scene where Emilio Estevez keeps firing his Colt. Bingo, Zach.
Why? I don't know why the farm.
We're currently running a race here.
Really? That's a stretch.
And the one who started this murder investigation is indeed the one who fired the pistol at heaven.
That's a bit of a stretch, dude.
In other words, the person who first discovered the body. According to the files, Lisa's body was discovered by Chuck Thompson, a crawfish farmer.
Okay.
He apparently works out of a fishing hut located in the marshes south of the bayou.
Sure.
Let's go pay him a visit. Who knows? We might even get to see some crawfish. What? Why isn't the murderer the one who started this race? Zach, this isn't like you. Of course the murderer isn't the one who started the race.
If that was true, we'd know who they were.
The murderer's running it. They're currently in first place, and they're breaking all the rules. Any more objections, Zach? Within the White Hall of Beds. This one is even easier. There are only a few establishments that have a whole hall's worth of beds.
The church, got it.
Especially in a small town like this. I'm sure you've already got a pretty good idea about what the answer is, Zach.
Uh-huh.
Beds all lined up. Only an amateur would hear that and think it must be referring to a brothel. You never disappoint me, Zach. It's a medical facility. They invite their patients into
The
rooms
only
full
medical
of beds,
facility. The
which
church.
are tended to by doctors and nurses clad in white. It's definitely a white hall, where people are invited into beds.
You should really avoid using the term White Hall.
You always manage to impress me with your intuition. I'm really counting on you here, Zach. And I know I'll always be able to.
Shut up! Yeah, I got $10 from someone. They just... Seriously, where am I getting my phone?
Agent York, you're trying to leave without your trustworthy assistant?
I thought you wanted to look at the dead body some more.
Hello there, Patty. I'd never attempt such a thing. I was simply engaging in a battle of wits with Hoongan while I waited for you.
Okay.
Hoongan?
Yes, the skeletal gentleman in the top hat.
Hey, Daddy, are we sure he's an FBI agent?
Not that story again. Is this how you always conduct your investigations?
Yes, actually.
This is the way I work.
I bet you can't find a single partner. Not even in the entire FBI.
I don't need a partner. The only partner I need is Zach.
That's not true. I always work together with Zach.
Yep. I am getting way too used to York.
Oh, right. Zach. Don't worry. I'll be your partner while you're here in our town. Now, let's go investigate.
Okay. So now I'm in chapter 2. I imagine that some new quests will have been opened up. But we can worry about that in the next episodes. Because for now, thank you guys so much for stopping by watching the video. If you like the video, do the thing that does the thing, lets me know about the thing. And until next time, bye-bye.